up, everybody? Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. My name is Daniel. Thank you so much here for joining me today. No Chris today. He's off doing stuff, but this gives me an opportunity to do one of these videos that I've really been looking forward to doing for a long time, and that is the MLB Draft. It's coming up soon in about a week, and it's in July. It's one of my favorite things. I love looking at prospects. I've been trying to get into it more and more. It's kind of hard in Canada, just where the aspects are. But I've been reading as much as I can, and I put together a little mock draft list for the first round here. I'm going to be doing the first 28 picks. You probably ask why there's 28. Well, the 29 and 30th are the Mets and the Dodgers. Then they lost their competitive balance round pick. I don't know exactly what it was, but they don't have a pick in this first 28, so I'm just going to do the 28 here. I'm looking forward to it. If you guys are ready for it, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below, and let's get right into the video. Starting off the draft in the number 1 position, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I think it's pretty simple. There's two kind of guys that they can either take. I think they're going to go the outfield route. I think they're going to take Dylan Crews out of LSU. Dylan Crews is coming out as one of the best college hitters this year, as he reached base in every single game this year, which is crazy to think about. They play about 70 games or whatever in total, and he has gone on base 75 times. That is ridiculous if it's 75 games. He hit 425 with a 567 on base to give him a 1.28 OPS. And, I mean, there's two kind of routes you can go here. Pirates could get a pitching prospect. However, they already got 5 out of the 10 top 10 prospects are pitchers right now, and 4 out of the 10 are middle infielders. So there's no real top outfield prospects. That's why I think Dylan Crews is going to be taken by them. He's going to fit very nicely into that lineup. He's going to fly into it. You can probably see him in the majors in the next couple years, and he's going to make an immediate impact for the Pirates, who are getting better and better every single year. The number 2 pick belongs to the Washington Nationals, and if the Pirates don't take Dylan Crews, he'll easily get taken here. However, assuming the Pirates take Dylan Crews, they're going to go the pitching route. They're going to take his teammate, right-handed pitcher of LSU, Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is the best arm in this draft by far, posting a 1.96 ERA this year in college. He had 209 Ks in 122 innings, which is absurd. He had more Ks than I think it was 3 Division I programs total this year. And he's got a nasty fastball slider combo, which MLB scouts really like and think that he could be a potential MLB strikeout pitcher. He's going to reach the majors pretty quick as compared to many other prospects in this. And he's going to be the ace of this Nationals rotation for years to come as they start their official, I would say, rebuild. The number 3 overall pick belongs to the Detroit Tigers. I think they're going to take Wyatt Langford, outfielder from Florida University. Wyatt's kind of the consistent number 3 here. Paul and Dylan are kind of 1 and 2. But I think everyone thinks Wyatt's going to go number 3 to the Tigers. He's got a 60-plus grade in hitting and power ability, so he's going to be an elite bat in that lineup in the middle of the order. He was great during the College World Series, helping the Gators go deep in that playoff. Overall, he hit 373 with a 785 while slugging and giving him a 1.282 OPS. There's a little bit concerns for him defensively, as he can be a little bit below average according to many scouts. However, he's got silver slugger ability, and you cannot pass that up in the top 3 here. In a big ballpark like Detroit, he's going to be ripping doubles like crazy, and he's going to be the headline of this Tigers rebuild, along with other guys like Spencer Torkelson, Riley Green, etc. The number 4 pick here belongs to the Texas Rangers. I think they're going to go the high school route here. Max Clark is arguably the best high schooler right now in the draft. He's arguably the best athlete as well. This guy can play, I think, almost anywhere. He's got all-star level potential with total grades of speed of 70, hit tool 60, arm of 65, and fielding ability of 60. He's going to be an above average everywhere. He's going to take a while to reach the majors, unfortunately, just being so young and being out of high school. But he's got the highest upside out of any high school player in this draft for sure. The one thing that might be a concern is that he's already committed to Vandy, so a strong signing bonus is going to be needed by Texas to lure him away, which I definitely think they can do here. The number 5 overall pick belongs to the Minnesota Twins. And word on the street is that they are very high on Jacob Gonzalez, shortstop out of Ole Miss. So I don't see why they will not take him. I don't think the 4 teams above him will take him at all. So I think Jacob Gonzalez is going to go to Minnesota. He projects to be an above average hitter, power kind of guy, great instincts at the plate, can play a pretty good shortstop. Hit 327 this year at Ole Miss with a 564 slugging and 999 OPS. The number 6 overall pick belongs to Oakland. Oakland needs something here. They are in shambles right now. I think their best route is to go with a high school player here. Gives them the most time to figure everything out over there. The next best high school prospect in this draft is Walker Jenkins, who is an outfielder. Projects to be a 5-tool player with above-average tools across the board. Many reports say he could be an elite defender in right field at that position. This just gives Oakland the most time in general to get one top-tier prospect, as well as just figure out what's going on with them, I guess, logistically. The number 7 overall pick belongs to the Cincinnati Reds, and they're going to go get Rhett Lauder, right-handed pitcher out of Wake Forest. The second-best college pitcher in this draft behind Paul Skeens. He's got an elite changeup with a solid fastball, so fastball changeup guy you love to see, and a slider that could become above average. Had a nice season this year for Wake Forest, posting a 1.87 ERA, as well as 143 Ks with in 120 innings pitched, and a .95 whip, which is insane. You gotta love to see that. In the Reds' top 20 prospects, they only got 5 pitching prospects, really, so Rhett adds into that as well as we could see a future rotation with him and Hunter Green as a 1-2 combo, which could be a nasty stuff going down the playoff stretch. Number 8, Kansas City Royals. I think they're going to go pitching here. They're going to take Chase Dollander, right-handed pitcher out of Tennessee. I mean, heading into the 2023 season, he was a top draft pick. However, he struggled quite a lot in Tennessee this year. Had a 4.96 ERA and with a 1.27 whip, which is okay, I guess. He's got good swing and miss stuff, posting 292 Ks in 217 innings in his college career. The only reason I can really see them doing this is if we're taking players' best ability here. The next kind of guy is a catcher. Royals already got 2 catchers in their system who could be good, that are good enough to replace Salvador Perez when he retires. You can never have enough pitching in Kansas City. Yeah, he had some struggles, but that Kansas City ballpark is such a pitcher-friendly park. Kansas City's a very good staff. They figured out pitchers along the way. They're going to figure out Chase, and he's going to be an absolute stud in that rotation. Number 9 overall pick belongs to the Rockies. They're going to take Kyle Teal, catcher from Virginia. I mean, let's just put it like this. Power-hitting lefty catcher, Coors Field. This guy's going to mash home runs like crazy. He has an insane eye at the plate as well and great bat speed, so his hitting tool is off the charts. Definitely the best catcher in this draft. Projects to be a top-tier hitting catcher in the MLB. This year at Virginia, he hit 407 with a 475 on base, 655 slugging, giving him a 1.13 OPS. I mean, if you're Colorado here, you're drafting a bat. I don't think you can really rely on top-tier pitching. Just because of how unpredictable that home field advantage is. Pitchers kind of go to die there. You can get guys off the market for decent prices. I think your best bet here is to build a catcher, build from the middle up, and this guy's going to hit tanks there. At number 10, we got the Miami Marlins. They got lots of shortstops in the system, so I still think they're going to take an infielder, but they're going to go to the corner guy. I think they're taking Braden Taylor, third baseman from TCU. He's got a sweet lefty swing, high exit velo, which is very interesting to the Marlins, and how they're such a very analytical team, so that high exit velo could play a huge factor with them. Had a 308 average this year with TCU, 430 on base, 631 slugging, giving him a 1.061 OPS. He's got also the projection to be an average to above average defender at third base. So there's a lot of upside here from Miami, and I just don't think they can miss with this guy here. Number 11, we got the LA Angels. They're taking former MLB player's son, Jacob Wilson, who is the son of former MLB player Jack Wilson at a Grand Canyon University shortstop. He's a high average, low power kind of guy, which is you kind of transition in the MLB game right now. They're all about power. However, his swing and miss rate is ridiculous. This guy in his last 492 plate appearances only struck out 2.4% of the time, which is insane when you put the numbers together. He hit 412 this year and is an above average to an elite defender at shortstop. Angels don't really have that future shortstop, in my opinion, in their system. So Jacob Wilson could definitely be that guy, as well as he's going to play on a team, fit very nicely in with guys like Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and he's going to reach the majors pretty decently quick. I know a lot of people are going to say, why don't they take a starting pitcher? Why don't they take some pitching? They took a ton of pitching the last 2 years. I think they can afford to take a top-tier bat here. Number 12, we got the D-backs here. I think there's kind of a lot they can go with here. I think they're just going to take the next best available player, and that's Aiden Miller, third baseman out of high school. I mean, they do take a lot of college guys the rest of the rounds. That's kind of been their thing. They usually take a high school guy in the top in the first round. So let's just stay with that trend here. Miller could have been a top 10 pick coming into this season. However, he did break his hand, so that's kind of costed him his senior season. However, coming back, MLB Combine, the workouts he's done, he's looked good. The power is still there. This guy's going to rake in Arizona for sure. And he profiles to be an above-average third baseman defensively as well. And he could be a nice long-term third baseman prospect there for Arizona. Number 13 is the Chicago Cubs. I only see them taking one guy here if he's still available. I think they're going to go catching. I think they're taking Blake Mitchell, catcher out of high school here. Cubs do like their high school prospects. They take him a lot in the first round here. Mitchell here is an elite bat speed kind of guy and elite arm strength, so those two together are very nice, plus a sweet lefty swing. Cubs also don't have, in my opinion, a top-tier catcher to replace the loss of Wilson Contreras, so Mitchell could be that guy. He's just going to take a little bit of time, and honestly, the way the Cubs are going right now, I don't think that's a problem for them just to wait on him. Number 14, we got the Boston Red Sox here. There's a lot of things they could take here. I think they're going pitching. I think they're taking Hurston Waldrep out of Florida University, right-handed pitcher. Yeah, he had a rough year in college this year with a 4.16 ERA. And an a whip of 1.4. That happens. However, Red Sox need pitching. They need to develop some pitching prospects. They just developed Bolello, which is beautiful for them. But Hurston's got legit stuff. He just got to figure out the command here. He's got a three tip pitcher here, above averages in every single pitch. And if he can deliver and do the command for this stuff, it's an easy top 15 pick regardless. But if he can command his 3 pitches here, he's going to be a lights-out pick for the Red Sox. Number 15 pick of the round, halfway through roughly, we got the Chicago White Sox. Word on the street is they're taking a pitcher as they desperately need pitching in their system at every level. I think they're going to have to reach a little bit here. They're going to get Nobel Meyer, right-handed pitcher out of high school, but there's a lot to like about this guy. One, he's a unit on the mound. He's 6'5", standing there. You can hit triple digits easily on the mound. Sits high 90s, has a plus slider and average changeup, which, I mean, a lot of scouts are saying if he could put all this stuff together, we're looking at a future strikeout leader in the MLB here. Big question is, can the White Sox develop him? It's tricky taking a prospect high school pitching, but a lot of teams have been doing it. White Sox definitely could. He could be a nice ace in that rotation in the future. 16th pick of the round belongs to the San Francisco Giants. I think they're taking Arun Namila. I'm sorry if I butcher that, but he's not going to turn 18 until October, so he's one of the youngest guys in this draft. Provides the highest ceiling in this draft, being 6'1" and an above-average skill set at every level for the Giants. Why wouldn't you take him at this time? I mean, he's one of the best bats left in this draft. And, I mean, Giants, to me, don't have a shortstop to replace Brandon Crawford once he leaves. Maybe they do. Maybe that's just my bias. But I don't think they have anyone really. So he gives them a nice project to work on. Refine all those tools. Could be a significant player for the Giants in the future. 17th overall pick belongs to Baltimore Orioles, and I think this is my favorite prospect in the entire draft. I think they take Enrique Bradfield Jr., outfielder out of Vanderbilt. This guy is the definition of a leadoff hitter. You are not going to get a lot of power. It has improved over the last 2 seasons of his college career, but high contact kind of guy, elite speed on the bases, swiping 37 bags alone this year in college, and having a 4.10 on base. This guy is going to be a future leadoff hitter. Put him in a nice lineup with a lot of power bats. He's going to do some damage as well. He's going to be a Gold Glove outfielder, so he's going to roam center field, I think, for the Orioles for years. Going to learn from one of the best in Cedric Mullins there. It's going to be a nice little partnership there. 18th overall pick belongs to the Milwaukee Brewers. They love their college hitters. They're going to stick with it, I think. Take Matt Shaw, infielder out of Maryland. He might not stick at shortstop, which is what he currently is right now. However, a lot of scouts think he could be an elite second baseman or an average third baseman. His real value here for Shaw is at the plate. He hit 341 this year with a 4.45 on base and a 6.97 slugging. giving him a 1.142 on base OPS. Sorry. And, I mean, with all those stats, you would think he swings and misses a lot. No, he's one of the most disciplined hitters in this draft. Has an above-average power and some pretty good speed. So he's going to be able to move around in the field nicely as well. The concern is just the arm strength might not be there for shortstop. So at a second base position, this guy could be an elite second baseman in the future. The 19th overall pick belongs to the analytical Tampa Bay Rays here. Where are they going to go? I don't know. I think they're just going to take the next best available player at this point, taking Colin Huck, shortstop out of high school. Fun fact about Huck is he was a 3-star football recruit as he was a quarterback originally. So his arm's definitely there. He could definitely stick at shortstop, I think. People even think he can move over to third base just because of how good that shortstop is. He provides very, very good defensive ability. They're just going to have to refine all the tools. He's got an ability to be an above-average hitter. It's just a refinement at this point with him being so young coming out of school. The 20th overall pick of the MLB Draft this year belongs to my Toronto Blue Jays. I think they're finally going to take a elite first baseman. We're taking Nolan Chanel, first baseman out of FAU. Let's be real. The Blue Jays have little to no top-tier power-hitting corner infielders in their prospect system right now. We got a lot of pitchers. We got a lot of middle infielders. So let's take Nolan here. He's coming off a great season out of college this year. Arguably the second best hitting season next to Dylan Cruz, who is going to go number 1 in my mock draft here. Nolan hit .447 with a .615 on base and an .868 slugging, giving him a 1.483 OPS. Wow, how could you mess that up at this point? He's 6'4", what's not to love about that? Above average potential everywhere across the board for hitting, which with an elite power tool. He slugged 19 home runs this year, and the great thing about it, you'd think he'd be a big swing and miss guy. No, the walk-to-K ratio for him is insane this year. He was averaging for about every 100 or about every 85 plate appearances. We're going 71 walks and 14 strikeouts. That is insane. He could be a nice DH for the future for the Jays, as well as if Vladdy leaves, he could be a nice fill-in right there for Vlad. 21st overall pick. Cardinals are going to take Tommy Troy, infielder out of Stanford. There's a lot they could do with Troy here. He's 5'10", doesn't have much pop. However, he's a really, really good hitter, hitting almost 400 this year in college with a total 1.177 OPS. He can play a variety of positions, which I think the Cardinals will like as well. Has great speed, low swing and miss stuff. There's not real much risk here, I would think. He could be a nice future middle infielder for the Cardinals. 22nd overall pick belongs to the Seattle Mariners. I think they're taking Yohandy Morales, third baseman out of Miami, and this guy mashes. He is one of the best pure hitters in this draft. Yeah, his defense is going to struggle. I don't think he's going to stay at 3B, let's be real. I think he will eventually move over to 1-bag. He's 6'4". He's got that elite power where scouts think he could be a 30 to 40 home run guy this year in the MLB. In the future in the MLB. The thing is, he's got a lot of swing and miss stuff, so they can fix that, and as well as like average to below average defense at third base. So they can fix that swing and miss stuff at least. He's going to be an insane hitter at first base. You could see a nice transition here, just like the Jays did with Vladdy, moving him from 3 to 1. We can see that here with Yohandy Morales going from 3 to 1. The 23rd overall pick belongs to the Cleveland Guardians. I think they're going to take the most interesting prospect in this draft, and that's Bryce Eldridge. Right-hand pitcher and outfielder out of high school. There's a lot to like about this guy. One, he's 6'7", which is insane. Two-way player, which you don't see every day, so what's not to like about that? The only thing is there's not much predictability on the mound, scouts think. He sits low 90s, has 3 average pitches. However, Cleveland is known to develop pitchers, so why not take this guy at this spot? Plus, Cleveland needs outfielders. We've always said they need outfielders. This guy's, one, going to have the arm to play the outfield. However, his real value is at the plate. This guy is an average to an elite hitter at the plate, just depending on what categories you look at. He's going to be a great corner outfielder. Not going to be a center fielder, I would think, but good corner outfielder. Is going to hit for a lot of power. Going to hit for a decent average. If Cleveland can refine this guy, it's going to be a very, very good pickup. Could be even the steal of the draft. 24th overall pick belongs to the Atlanta Braves. I think they're taking Colt Emerson, infielder out of high school here. I'll put it like this. At this point in the draft, he's the next best player, I think, on the board. He's 6'1", shortstop, won't turn 18 till after the draft, so nice young guy, you gotta love it. He's going to take a while to get to the majors. However, I think the Braves can live with that, with how they are right now. He looks to be an advanced hitter, has great bat speed. He's getting, like I said, needs several years in the minors compared to other guys in the draft. However, with the tools he has and the ceiling he can have, this guy has all the potential in the world. At 24, it's a great pickup for the Braves. 25th overall pick, San Diego Padres. They're looking for someone who went earlier in the draft, like an Enrique Bradfield Jr. Next best guy, Dylan Head, outfielder out of high school here. Dylan's an elite base runner, 80-plus speed grade. He's going to roam that outfield in San Diego. Gold Glover in the future possibly, and has full capacity to roam that very, very big center field in San Diego. Unlike Bradfield, Dylan's not the best hitter. However, he's got more power upside than Bradfield Jr., so that's a lot to like. He's going to take some time to get to the majors. San Diego, once again, is one of those teams that can wait. 26th overall pick in the MLB draft this year, we got the New York Yankees, and they're taking Ty Petey, shortstop out of high school. You might be like, oh, why are they taking shortstop? All the reports going around is that the Yankees do want a shortstop. Petey is the next best one in this draft. 6'2", lefty swing, going to be one of the youngest players in this draft. I don't think he turns actually 18 until almost December or November. There's a lot that needs to be refined in this guy, though. Positives for him, though. Lefty bat, Yankee Stadium's always a nice pair. He's an athlete, which the Yankees love, and he's got great bat speed. So those things together, they can definitely work at making him a very, very good hitter. The only gamble on Petey here is that he is already committed to Georgia Tech. A lot of people think he might go the route of Georgia Tech here. However, getting drafted by a historic team like the Yankees could be enough to pull him away, plus the money, obviously, the Yankees can cash up for him here. That could drive him away from going to Georgia Tech this year. So it's a real gamble, but I think the Yankees, at this point, you want a shortstop, take the best shortstop available in Ty Petey. 27th overall pick, second last pick of the first round here. Phillies, they're taking a pitcher. I don't care what they say. They're taking Ty Floyd out of LSU. I mean, usually they do take high school arms. However, Floyd just came off an impressive College World Series, and Floyd could reach the majors quickly out of any pitcher in this draft. So, it's immediate help for the Phillies. Phillies are trying to get back in that World Series. However, they'll just need to develop some secondary pitches for him if they want him to be a starter. However, out of the pen, he's a 1-2 combo kind of guy. Fastball, changeup could be enough to get him through a couple innings there. The last pick of the first round I'm going to be covering belongs to the Houston Astros here. I think they're taking Chase Davis, outfielder out of Arizona. Let's be real. Astros needs a lefty bat, both now and for the future. Davis possesses that as well as some crazy pop and being a very good defender in the outfield. People think he's going to transition into left field eventually. But with that being said, he's still got the ability to play left field. Might even be a better defender at left field. And he's got the bat. That bat's the main thing. This guy is going to hit some bombs for Houston come in the future. Well, that concludes my predictions for the first round of the MLB Draft this year. I'm very excited, looking forward to it. We're just about a week away. Let me know what you guys think down below of your team's pick in my predictions. Let me know who you think your team should take. And with that being said, I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.